What's up, guys? How's it going? Sorry for the little hiatus. Work, week, life, it all gets busy. Um, I had filmed a reaction video to Wolves and recounting um, my picks of the week. I was going to post it. I got caught up. Barcelona game has come and gone. It feels like the moment has passed. So we're gonna just sort of pretend that I did that and say Wolves was good for Nick. Uh, let's see, my picks were okay, verging on not great. I think there's a lot of interesting dynamics. There's still dust that needs to settle in the league. So some surprising things, some things maybe not so surprising, but we'll do it again this week. We'll get it all right. I'll post it on time. Let's talk quickly about Barcelona. Listen, really fun game, really cool atmosphere. This is what we play for, right? This is what we do all the work for over the season. This is what we're grinding out games for, is to get to play in these games. Like, this is it. So definitely enjoying the ride while it lasts. Obviously was looking for, maybe a point there. And I think we probably deserved a point, but it's not one of those games where we got screwed over by the ref or, circumstances out of our control, kind of like Liverpool. This game, we deserved what we got. 2-1 is pretty fair. I'd say, on the balance of play and sort of atmosphere, I'd say it probably is more realistic to be 1-1, but Marcus Rashford, that second goal was absolutely bananas. Like, so cool. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Having a little bit of a rebound there at Barcelona. To be honest, I think if he gets 10 tries at that shot, he probably makes it twice. So anyway, that's it. Champions League, big time. You're going to get burned by stuff like that. So I think it's a fair result. I think Barcelona was a pretty classy team too. The thing I think I noticed early on was like the crowd was super into it. Obviously, I'm sure the players are excited to be there, but like it didn't necessarily have that vinegar bitterness of one of our Premier League rivalry games. Like we weren't playing mad. I think we were playing kind of a little in awe of getting to play a team like that, and we held ourselves well. I'm very proud of what we did. I wish we could have put some chances away, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, good game. Probably the realistic result, but good stuff to take and learn from, and as we keep going, as long as we beat the teams we're supposed to beat coming up, I think we'll be good. I will say I think that loss is a little bit on Eddie. I really wasn't a huge fan of that starting lineup. I think it just sort of it was giving them a little bit too much respect, which is weird to say because they're Barcelona, but like I think we can play our game in these big time matchups. It's at home, right? We've got the crowd on our side. I think we don't have to necessarily run them off the pitch right away if we're able to convert chances, let Nick build into the game. I think he should have started, build into the game, kind of run that hold up play, which we saw on the goal in the 90th minute. It was beautiful. Nick was sort of backing down the center back, received the ball, laid it off quickly to Bruno, who laid it off to Murphy, who then crossed it in to Gordon. Like, that's the style of play I think was going to work for us. I see what Eddie was trying to do with his lineup, but you just don't have that final finisher in place there. Gordon basically Charlie Browning that silver platter he got from Malanga, and then Barnes just duffing it right in to the keeper to be fair, I think Garcia, Barcelona's keeper, had an awesome game. I mean, he's fantastic. But yeah, those two guys just they're not on form. I know they're healthy and they've got pace, but they're just not on form. I think we should have gone with where the form is. I was pumped to see Alanga get some game time and look really good. I think he can be a great complement with Woltemade and all that stuff. Like, I think Woltemade just brings a balance to the attack that's not there with Gordon. Obviously, because he's a striker, but I think there's something to do with, like, Gordon plays at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, which is good in some regard, but not in that position. And I think it just sort of throws the whole feng shui out. So I'm going to blame that loss on Eddie a little bit. I think he could have set the team up for success better. I think he was going in there with a bit too much over tactic, and just, it didn't work out. So anyway, we move on. I'm excited. We have a bunch of games coming up too, because I'm after the international break and with another one on the way. I'm like hungry to get stuff in. So we have Bournemouth on Sunday. Listen, Bournemouth is a team I got wrong with my early season predictions and my call for scores last week. Like, even though they've been them and Brentford have been sort of I don't want to say taken advantage of, but taken advantage of in the transfer market. They're not acting like it. They're playing. They're scoring. They're competitive as they were last season. And Bournemouth, goddamn, that game really rattled me. That one I think it was in mid-January. They just had a field day with us, and Bournemouth scares me. So, they scare me less this year, but I definitely think we need to be ready to play, and I hope Eddie puts Voltemata up there and lets him just get into a rhythm, because I think that's where he's at his best. So I'm going to start there with my prediction on us for the weekend. This is an interesting one. I want to say that our clean sheet record is going to keep rolling. Obviously, notwithstanding Liverpool, but I don't think so. Obviously, Shar's not going to play. He said so in his Instagram. He's going to be out for a couple games. I think Byrne might get rotated out, so you're going to probably have Botman, Malik Chow, who looked awesome at Barcelona. I think he's ready for his debut. I hope Hall gets involved. I think we need to see Hall back, because Trippier didn't have a fantastic game again. And then Tino, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to give us 2-1 against Bournemouth. I think they might sneak one. I think they're still frisky, but I think we'll pull away. I think it'll be a comfortable win. So there's that. There's my prediction for Sunday. Let's get into some predictions for the rest of match week 5. Okay, kicking off early tomorrow, we've got Liverpool-Everton. I really want to like Everton, and I want them to be sort of a dark horse this year. It's early. We're still seeing results. I really figured they'd get something versus Aston Villa, and they didn't. But you know what? We didn't get anything against Leeds, so fair's fair. I really want Liverpool's luck to run out. They're so annoying and lucky all the time. I think it's not going to run out in their derby, but I'm going to say Liverpool 2, Everton nothing. I'm going to come back. Let's put a pin in this game. I'm going to come back to it. Okay, Brighton Spurs. I think Spurs are another team I'm sort of having trouble reading. I'm not really sure who's going to show up today or tomorrow. I really don't see a ton in Brighton still, but again, I've been wrong so far. So let me stick with the easy pick here. I'm going to take the favorites. I'm going to say Spurs 1, No, Spurs 2, Brighton 1. Fair. Nottingham Forest, Burnley. Yeah, Nottingham Forest is going through it right now. They were another team that I put high on my list. I really like that team. The personnel on that team, I think, are a very solid group. They just are getting screwed by circumstance with the manager change. I think it might be a rocky season for Forest against popular opinion. So listen, I don't necessarily think Burnley's great either, but I might see like a face-saving draw here for both teams, honestly. So I'm going to put this at 2-2. Yeah, I don't know. These are tough trends to sort of predict early on. West Ham, Crystal Palace. Again, really like Palace, at least early on. They've kind of flagged a little bit. West Ham could do anything. I'm going to say this goes 1-0 Palace, I guess. I think Mateta, I read, might be injured, so I might be regretting that pick, but I'll stick with it for now. Wolves, Leeds. Okay, assuming Larson is back, I'm thinking he is. I think Wolves get a rebound here. I don't think Leeds has a lot going on. So I'm going to give Wolves 1, Leeds nothing here. Then we'll get over to Man U Chelsea. Wow, that'll be fun. The hate watch for Man United continues. Although Chelsea's, again, on any given Saturday, somebody can beat somebody. So, we'll see. I think Man U's kind of in a death spiral right now, at least with Amorim. God, I feel bad for that guy, but here's my prediction. He is not going to survive until through the October international. I think he's going to be gone at that time. I think they're waiting for maybe that pause. Listen, I think Chelsea do it 3-1 here. Just take care of business. Move on. Fulham, Brentford. Yeah, these teams are frisky. Anything can happen here. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Okay, we did Bournemouth, Newcastle. I'm saying 2-1 to us. Sunderland, Villa. Villa, got to score, boys. Clock is ticking. Everybody else has scored. I don't know. Sunderland could be weird here. I'm going to say 1-1. I don't think Villa figured it out quite yet, but at least they get one on the board goal-wise. But I think Sunderland does too. And then this will be a great one. Arsenal, Man City to finish up Sunday. Man City look good. They look bad. They look good. Arsenal has been fairly consistent. I really still think Man City has something to prove this season. They've got, once they get going, I think they're going to be an absolute freight train. I think Arsenal get flipped over here a little bit. I'm going to go 2-1 Man City. Cool. There are my predictions. There's our little recap on the week gone by. We got a lot of games coming up. We got Bradford too midweek. So I will try to get at least one a week, and we'll recap whatever we've recapped. We'll do predictions, and we'll go from there. So, cool. Over and out. Talk to you later. See you.